Hey guys, hope everyone is doing well. Today I'm going to be filming a more candid video, as you probably could tell from the title. Honestly, this video is very overdue, but I'll tell you the story behind why I am finally making this video. I'm a sophomore in college now, and when I was a freshman, as you'll hear about later in the video, I felt kind of lonely at college, and I felt like I was like struggling to make friends more than I should have been. I would Google like how to make friends in college, like is it normal to feel lonely in college? Is there something wrong with me? And honestly, like not a lot would come up. Back then I promised myself, I was like, when I'm in a place where I feel like I have friends, I'm going to make a video about it, and I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to tell you how I made friends in college. So here I am. I really want to emphasize this disclaimer. If you're a college friend watching this, please watch until the end, because there were some college friends that I made really early on. I'm gonna talk about this in the video about like me feeling lonely even though I did have friends. A lot of it was in my head. You're my friend from the beginning. Just watch till the end. So this is like a very complicated topic, or like I feel like there are like a lot of different things that went into it. So I'm just gonna try to go like one by one and explain why a lot of people feel lonely, a lot of people feel like they're not making friends, my advice and my experience. A big thing is it can be really hard to go straight from senior year of high school, where you are the oldest, you have probably found your real friends, you have like risen to the top of all your clubs. I know that I went to a very small high school, so it was kind of, I just felt like I was like, oh yeah, like this is me, like I'm in this club, I'm president of this, these are my friends, this is what defines me. And then going straight to college and not being involved in any clubs, not having your friends from high school, not having your reputation, it's kind of like, wait, who am I again? I really don't know. Because I'm so used to attaching my personality and who I am to the things that I'm involved with and the people that I know, that it's like just going in with a blank slate. You're just relying on your personality traits, and I didn't know what those are, because sometimes I'm loud, sometimes I'm quiet, sometimes I'm bubbly, sometimes I'm serious. I just didn't know who I was, and all the advice that I got of, well, be yourself, be yourself, be yourself. I didn't know what that meant, and I didn't know what to do with that, because I'd be like, am I being myself right now? Well, I am myself, so I must be being myself. But am I not being enough of myself? Like, I just feel like it's like really hard to like take that advice. You want to, you know, meet people and be like, this is who I am. But it's a lot harder to do that than it may be in your head. A lot of people set like an expectation that you're gonna go off to college and immediately just have the time of your life and fit right in, and then as soon as like that might start not happening right away, it just is so discouraging that it kind of just makes it worse. And it's like, am I too awkward? Am I too weird? Am I too shy? Am I too this or that? And usually you're just the right amount of those things. And comparing yourself to other people just makes that so much worse, because I think that with everyone, there are always groups that form, like groups of friends that form like right away, and immediately they're like, oh my gosh, besties, like you're like my sister. They're like so close so fast that it's like, whoa, like is this what's supposed to be happening and isn't happening? And the thing is, like, sometimes those friendships last, but appearances can be deceiving, so sometimes it seems like they've just found their people, and then that friend group just doesn't really exist anymore. But seeing that definitely made me feel like, how can they like open up to people or like connect with people that fast? And the answer is that like some people are just extroverts and like just connect with people like really easily, like really fast, can just open up and start a conversation right away, and that's good for them, but that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. Also, going along with the whole appearances can be deceiving part, social media plays such a big role in this issue, like, because I think as soon as everyone goes off to college, you know, leaves their hometown, they want to like show that they're in college, they're having fun. The same people that were like posting like at this party like with my besties, I talked to them, like I had a conversation about this, and they're like, yeah, no, I felt the exact same way. And that just goes to show that these social media posts can make you feel like there's something wrong with your experience, or that you're like not making friends fast enough, but really you probably have just as strong relationships as the people posting do. Usually the difference between the strength of your friendships versus the strength of the friendships that you see posted online is that yours aren't posted online. Like that's usually true, just based on what I've seen and what I've heard. Don't get me wrong though, like I'm not throwing shade at people who post, because I myself love a good Instagram post. I mean, don't we all? I'm just saying, why, if you see something that makes you feel like you're not doing well in making friends, just don't take it too hard or don't take it too personally, because you don't know what's really going on. You only know what people want you to see. You know, that's what social media is. It's the highlights, and that can be really good when you're doing well, and really bad when you're not doing well. It's a blessing and a curse, it really is. But I think that, like, thinking about it now, and I know that it's like easy for me to say now that I'm in like a more secure place, but like I think that you probably have a lot more and a lot stronger friendships than you think you do because of comparisons, and it's perfectly normal. You compare it to things that you see on social media, but also comparing college friendships to high school friendships, just don't. For you to compare a friendship that's been around for 5 minutes and compare it to one that's been around for 5 years, you're just gonna end up not happy. It leads you to being stuck in high school and romanticizing your high school experience and the good old days and everything like that. And that just leads to you missing out on the present and all the good things that are happening as you are living life. Another really big thing is, don't assume that people don't like you or don't want to spend time with you, because I think that if you feel lonely or you feel like you're not making friends, you kind of can create like a self-fulfilling prophecy where you're like, well, this person's not gonna like me. There are times when I'd be like, I really want to do this thing, I really want someone to do this thing with me, and I just assume that people wouldn't want to do it, and then I'd like go with someone else or like just go by myself, and that probably came off as me not inviting people. That's basically what it was. Is I feel like I was always like feeling like I wasn't getting invited to things, but really I wasn't really inviting people to things. Before you assume that someone doesn't want to go to something or someone doesn't want to do something with you, just ask. So I think that that portion of the video kind of covers like why you might be feeling alone or like you don't have any friends or things like that. And the answer is that usually you're being way too hard on yourself, which is understandable because of social media and comparing yourself to others and everything like that. But also sometimes you can just be closed off, and that's fine. With time, that just gets better and it gets easier and you get more comfortable. Now, I also want to put out some more general tips for how and where to make friends. I think that the easiest place to make friends is with people that live on your floor, and sometimes it's just as simple as like saying hi to someone when you walk by them. And if you do that enough times, usually you'll eventually have a conversation with them. Or I know like a lot of times I would just have random conversations with people just in the hallway or in the bathroom. And even if that doesn't feel like much in the moment, it really can. It's usually just those little interactions that build to a bigger, more secure friendship. Second is, don't be afraid to put out a plan or an idea to someone of what you want to do. I know that it's a lot easier said than done, but it just takes like 1 minute of just, even like 1 second of just approaching someone and being brave. And I know that that can be super scary, and I know that I didn't do that a lot. Like that is like 1 of 2 times I can think of myself actually doing that. But even doing that once, it's something. My third piece of advice is, don't create an idea in your head of what your college friends are gonna be like. You're gonna miss out on a lot of really great people just because they didn't fit your mold. Don't like limit your options because of your expectations, because that is really a good way to miss out. Also, like, don't get too caught up with the whole roommate thing. Some people go on Roommate Finder or Facebook or whatever to find, you know, the perfect roommate or someone that matches well with them, and sometimes that works and sometimes that doesn't. And the same goes for going random, you know. Sometimes people go random and they don't like their roommate. I was lucky enough to go random and get put with a roommate that I really did like. Shout out to you if you're watching this. So like everyone else that you meet in college, don't make a snap judgment about whether you're gonna be friends with your roommate or not, because you just don't know until you're there. So now that I have shared all of that, I just wanted to say, if you are a freshman in college, or really any year in college, don't be too hard on yourself for feeling lonely. It's just part of life. Everyone moves at different paces. If you have any more advice or experiences, feel free to share them in the comments. Thank you to all of my college friends that I've made. I really appreciate the bonds that we formed, and I really miss you guys because I am just, you know, here alone, but it's fine. Thank you for watching and have a great day.